A talented pyrotechnician and currently the owner of Naganohara Fireworks, Yoimiya is one of the upcoming character in Genshin Impact. She's a 5-star bow wielder and has a pyro vision, so we're gonna expect a huge amount of damage and power creeping again coming from Mihoyo, as pyro is one of the best element in the game. But recently, there has been rumor that she's been on an intensive rework and did tweak some of her damage multiplier and cooldown. Well, I don't know the specific information about what happened, but I'm pretty sure that she's gonna be as OP as other 5-star character in the game. Well, maybe as powerful as Ganyu and Hutao, who knows, right? So if you're saving your Primogems and doing all your daily commissions just like me, we're on the same track. As Mihoyo will never disappoint us, Yoimiya will be our next waifu. So let's talk about her in detail. So first, what I really love about Yoimiya is her overall animation, in which her normal attack is one of the coolest bow assault animation I've ever seen so far, like she's performing in an acrobatic act. And not to mention her idle animation, which is very familiar somehow, right? In addition, her aesthetics and character design are somehow relevant to the upcoming region, and many huge fans of Japanese culture and anime would really appreciate this kind of stuff. Well, personally, I'm a big fan of anime, so therefore, it is a must-full character for me. Now, let's talk about Yoimiya's skills. Her elemental skills work similar to hutao, which incorporates pyro damage into her normal attack. This will also drastically increase her normal attack damage, and by adding cryo or hydro status, this would cause significant damage to the enemies. Moreover, casting her elemental skill increases her attack speed. Unfortunately, this status disables her charge attack level 2, in which we're gonna talk about it later. On the other hand, her elemental burst can launch an explosive AoE damage and work similar to Tartalja's Riptide Burst, in which defeating an opponent affected by Riptide creates a Hydro Burst and inflicts the Hydro or Riptide status on nearby opponents. So for her elemental burst, instead of Riptide, a continuous pyro explosion can occur every 2 seconds. And finally, similar to Ganyu, her charge attacks has 2 stages. But unlike with Ganyu, Yoimiya's second stage charge attack creates a 3 auto-seeking missiles that follows enemies instead of a bloom. Now, let's talk about Yoimiya's weapon of choice. Yoimiya has a lot of weapon options to choose from. As a child main, I've collected and tried a lot of different bows and weapons in the game, and bow is no exception to the general rule that a 5-star weapon is superior among its contenders. But of course, there is always an exception to the general rule. It is safe to say that Rust Bow would work perfectly fine for her. As for my Tartalja, instead of using my level 90 Skyward Harp, I prefer using my Rust Bow at Refinement level 5. But of course, that would always be depending on your artifact set. In addition, you can use the Stringless and the Windbloom OD R5 for additional elemental mastery bonuses. But I think there will be a lot of new set of craftable weapons that we might consider in the upcoming version. And also, a 5-star weapon would probably be included on her banner as well. But for the free-to-play, I would recommend to wait for the new craftable weapons. So for her artifacts, I would say that the 4-piece Crimson Witch of Flame would still the ideal set for a full DPS build Yoimiya, though there are rumors that the upcoming new artifacts would outpower the 4-piece Crimson Witch of Flame. But to be honest, I think it is far from reality. Maybe for a sub-DPS build might probably work. Alternatively, we can still use the Undying 2-piece Noblesse with 2-piece whatever artifact shit you're using. Well, 2-piece Gladiator, 2-piece Wanderer's Troop, and 2-piece Crimson Witch combined with the 2-piece Noblesse will work perfectly fine as well, especially for her burst attack. By the way, I don't want to make any presumption here guys. These are only based on my personal preferences, so please take this with a little grain of salt. So peace out guys. And lastly, I think Yoimiya will work also as a sub DPS unit as she's very versatile, especially her elemental burst and other cool stuff like the continuous pyro application and so on. But of course, it is still too early to predict her main role as of now. So what do you think? Is she going to be worth the pool? Well, for me, definitely yes. So comment down below and don't forget to like and click the red button for more Genshin Impact content. And always, thank you for watching. See you guys!